Okay, so today we have to learn about doctors. Now, what doctors am I talking about? Alright, before I get into the topic of doctors, let's talk about few doubts we came across with yesterday. Some children were having doubt regarding this structure. It's not necessary. When the word was used, it is not especially for this particular phyla, it can be for any phyla. So it's about the swelling, you call that as nerve ganglion. So what is a ganglion? When many nerves come together, okay, so they form a kind of lump over there. So it's like plural form of nerves together, many nerves together. So there is a swelling in that region, so we call that part as ganglion. Okay, so we are talking about nerve ganglion. Alrighty, so we have discussed about nearly five phylum. We're talking about their physical structure. We learned how they increase and they actually grow. Basically their difference from each phyla we have learned. हर एक फाइला का डिफरेंस हमें समझ में आता है. अब आपके सामने एक एग्जाम्पल रखेंगे, आप आराम से बता सकते हो कि ये फाइला कौन सा है. इज़ इट टिनोफोरा, इट इज़ निगडेरिया, और it's porifera, or it's a flatworm, or an escalmenthus, right? इतनों में, like out of all these five, we have understood escalmenthus is really very dangerous, right? It can grow inside a body in a huge sum, like a military army. वो grow कर सकता है हमारी body में. So what is today's topic? It's phylum Annelida. So as I said, we're going to learn about the doctors. अब doctors क्यों बोल रहे हैं? Because Annelida has got few examples. This first person, you call this as earthworm. So you have the scientific name Pheretima postuma. So this is called as the soil doctor. Okay, so who's the second doctor? Let's see. This is the second doctor. You call this leech, or you have the scientific name Hirudinaria, and we call this as the blood doctor. I'm going to tell you about it in detail, but right now आपके दिमाग में Annelida आए. So what should be the first thing in your mind? If you just see this figure, you can see there is rings. Can you see? So this phyla, you have the phyla Annelida. So today's heading will be Annelida, wherein you write the examples. You have Nereis, Pheretima, earthworm, or leech. Okay, these are the examples. So what kind of body they have? Why do we use the word Annelida? Annelida means rings. Okay, so body that is made of segments. So there are 1, 2, 3. So the body is made up of segments, or we can say segmented worms. And now we'll see where exactly these annelidas are found. They're found in aquatic, and they're also parasitic in nature, found in soil, free living. So one thing can be asked here, that is, the parasitic nature we are having is ectoparasite. एक्टो हमने इतने दिन, एटलीस्ट पिछले लास्ट 3 दिन से हम लोग बोल रहे हैं फाइलम प्लैटीहेलमिन्थस, वो भी पैरासाइट था. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एस्केलमिन्थस फॉर 2 days, दैट इज ऑल्सो अ पैरासाइट. बट how is that parasite different from this parasite? वहाँ पे I have not used that word, but for your knowledge, आप लोगों को मालूम होना चाहिए, इतने एग्जाम्पल्स मैंने आपको बताया, केस स्टडी बताया था, तो उसमें देखा कहाँ पे थे ये पैरासाइट, वेयर एग्जैक्टली दे वर लिविंग इनसाइड द बॉडी. तो वो कैसे पैरासाइट थे? So platyhelminthes and escalminthes are endoparasite. They live inside the body. Okay. So Annelida, they are ectoparasite. Ecto means they live outside the body. So they are ectoparasite. इसमें जितने भी parasitic होंगे, सारे parasitic नहीं हैं, but जितने भी parasitic होंगे, they are living outside the body. So phylum 4, phylum 5 we have talked about, वो था endoparasite, inside, endoparasitic. But Annelida is ectoparasitic because it lives outside the body. See in this picture also you can see on the skin, leeches are on the, you can see the leech on the skin doing its work. Now when you talk about the symmetry, if you cut this body from the center, dissections तो आप लोगों ने ये सब किए नहीं है, you are saved from all this, but in our time हम लोगों को था earthworm का dissection, we had this, even leech also. So for cutting also, when you cut it into two equal parts, you have this part one side and another this part, so it is the heredinaria is being cut into two equal parts. We call that as bilateral symmetry. So symmetry कैसी है यहाँ पे Annelida की? Bilateral symmetry, मतलब बीच में से कट करोगे तो आपको दो division मिलेगा. So we'll go back to the chapter. Everyone should be on page number 32 now. So on page 32 we are doing phylum Annelida. So we'll mark all what is important here. Examples: earthworm, it's called as Pheretima ostima, heredinaria for leech and neris. And Annelida word says ring. Okay, so it is a worm that is segmented. And where do you find them? It's aquatic, it's ectoparasitic, even free living भी पाए जाते हैं, और soil के अंदर, moist soil के अंदर, buried, they're also found buried in moist soil. And the symmetry we have seen in Annelida, it's bilateral symmetry. That means you can cut into two equal parts with metameric segmentation. Now what is this metameric segmentation? If I am going to just draw, just a second, if I will just draw an earthworm, this is the outer structure. जब हम earthworm को cut open करेंगे तो inside also you will see this segmentation. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि earthworm का जैसे बाहर ही segment दिख रहा है या Annelida का बाहर ही segmentation दिख रहा है. Annelida का segmentation is inside also divided, like it's like both intrinsic and extrinsic segmentation happening. तभी हम बोलते हैं metameric segmentation. Okay, सिर्फ बाहर से नहीं है जो segments, अंदर से भी है. So if you cut open an earthworm, inside also you will find these segmentations. Okay, we see blocks, different segments. You count 1 2 3. That's how we do in the dissection part. We should be remembering कौन से layer में कौन सा organ है. So while drawing the diagram, all this thing was difficult and easy, for us to mark it looking at the figure and all. तो आप लोगों को इतना समझ में आना चाहिए. मेटामेरिक सेगमेंटेशन का मतलब है अगर आप इसको डिसेक्ट करते हो, अगर आप इसको कट करते हो, सो अंदर भी आपको सेगमेंटेशन दिखेगा जैसे ही बाहर दिख रहा है, राइट. सो बाहर जैसे सेगमेंटेशन है वैसे ही अंदर, बॉडी के अंदर भी सेगमेंटेशन होता है. सो दैट्स व्हाई दे से इट इज़ मेटामेरिक सेगमेंटेशन. सो now in Annelida, in few Annelida, there is a special organ called as clitellum here. So in this diagram you can see clitellum here in the earthworm. It's present in leeches also, but it's not quite visible. What do they actually do? This is a special organ, or we can say it is an epidermis. It's a thick epidermis layer, and when they actually form eggs, तो ये जो क्लाइटलम होता है ये स्लाइड ऑफ कर जाता है इनके बॉडी में से, एंड इट प्रोटेक्ट कवर्स द एग एंड प्रोटेक्ट्स द एग till the time egg doesn't become small earthworms, small baby worms, till they don't become, and then this freeze off. तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि जैसे ही क्लाइटलम यहाँ से रिमूव हो जाता है this organism loses its clitellum. New clitellum is formed there. So what is a clitellum? It is a special region on the body of the Annelida. So you remember like that, this is a special, and when you count, आप काउंट करोगे, अच्छा दिस इज पार्ट ऑफ नीट अगेन, काउंट करोगे तो 14th, 15th और 16th सेगमेंट पे पाया जाता है अर्थवर्म का क्लाइटलम. एंड ऑल्सो हेल्प्स regarding movement of the body. But when you specially talk about the locomotion, कैसे मूव करते हैं एनालिडास, उनकी बॉडी में जो मसल्स हैं दे आर लॉन्गिट्यूडनल एज वेल एज सर्कुलर muscles which help them in moving. Various organism, अलग अलग जो एग्जाम्पल्स दिए हैं उनके अलग अलग एक्स्ट्रा फीचर्स भी हैं. लाइक इन अर्थवर्म दे हैव स्मॉल सीटे लाइक स्ट्रक्चर, एंड इन दिस नेरिस यू कैन सी छोटे छोटे प्रोजेक्शंस बहुत ही ध्यान से दिख रहे हैं. यहाँ पे तो दिख रहे हैं अर्थवर्म के, इट्स नॉट दैट विजिबल, इट्स लाइक वेरी स्मॉल, नो, सो इसलिए सीटे इज़ नॉट विजिबल. सो नेरिस के ये जो हैं इसको हम बोलेंगे पैरापोडिया. पैरापोडिया, सी दिस, ओके. एंड लीच के लिए यू हैव द स्ट्रक्चर हियर, आई जस्ट शो यू. suckers like structure just in the starting of its oral cavity, the initial mouth region. It is sucker like structure which actually sticks to the organism where it has to be joined and where from it is going to take the blood. Now when you talk about the alimentary canal, हम लोग फिर से थोड़ा बैक गियर मारेंगे एंड वील सी हमारा जो पुराना फाइलम हमने पढ़ा तो कहाँ पे इनकम्प्लीट डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम के बारे में हमने बोला. इट वाज प्लैटीहेलमिन्थस जिसके अंदर इनकम्प्लीट. सो एस्केलमिन्थस में डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम वाज कंप्लीट क्योंकि उसके अंदर माउथ और एनस सेपरेट पाया गया था, राइट. ट्यूब विद इन ट्यूब बॉडी टाइप था. सो एस्केलमिन्थस को हम बोलेंगे इट वाज हैविंग कंप्लीट डाइजेस्ट. सो एनालिडा इज हैविंग the same kind, that is proper complete alimentary canal is found in the Annelida. So अब यहाँ से आगे जितने भी हमारे सिस्टम होंगे you will find maximum systems available in all the phylas. So system started in the phyla Platyhelminthes, right. There was a slight incomplete digestive system started over there, and you have understood the organ level distribution of the body has also started. So now we talk about the respiration, wherein when you say the gases are being respired out, so how exactly the gases are exchanged? Simple, that's the body wall. उनकी जो शरीर है, the body wall, it's quite moist, it has a lot of pores. So through the body wall it excrete out, or we can say exchange the gases. Wanted and unwanted gases are being taken in and thrown out through the body wall. You must have seen the color of the body. It's because of the porphyrin ring pigment they have in it. So extras you don't have to learn, just for your knowledge I'm telling you again and again, because बाद में मुझे ये नहीं सुनना चाहिए कि मैम हमको समझ नहीं आया कौन सा लर्न करना है कौन सा नहीं लर्न करना है. So it's all about your textbook. You are going to learn your textbook really well. You will read your textbook thoroughly. As of now, I'm taking every line by line, but it's not going to happen after this. It's not going to happen when we'll take the class. It will be just explanation and you'll underline in the textbook. That's it, okay? So now as I cannot see you, I cannot actually understand how much you are getting what I'm saying. तो इसीलिए मैं line by line आपको समझा रही हूँ ताकि आप book को देखो और try to understand what I'm saying. So we have our next point wherein we talk about the circulatory system. इसका circulatory system कैसा है? Closed type है. We have learned there were two types of circulatory system, but in this Annelida the circulatory system is closed. इसका मतलब क्या होता है? The blood has a proper route. Blood vessels होते हैं जिसके अंदर से blood will be flowing. Okay, it doesn't flow in the space between the vessel region or inside the body. If there is an empty space, there it won't flow. So circulatory system is closed type. Here in their body, excretion and osmoregulation happens with the help of a special system, or you can say a special organ called as nephridia. Yesterday I showed you nephridia structure. Just go back and see the last end of the video. And the nervous system has got nerve rings and ventral nerve cords. So it's very simple. They have the nerve rings and the nerve cord. They're very simple nervous system. So nervous system की बनावट ही ऐसी है. So they have one nerve ring and nerve cords. And जो nerve cords हैं वो solid भी हैं and थोड़े थोड़े जगह में there is a swelling, and those swellings are called as ganglions. Those ganglions are just collection of nerves. Okay, you don't get confused. So when you say nerve cords कैसे हैं? Solid है, ganglionated है. They are thickened in some of the areas. What about their dioecious and monoecious nature? So how exactly we express their sex? So they are mostly, जितने भी होते हैं annelidas, they are mostly hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodite means in single organism they have both the sex organs, or you can say the ova is also produced inside by a single organism, as well as the sperm is also produced by the same organism. So one organism is producing ova as well as the sperm. So male gametes and female gametes both are produced by a single organism. So it's not sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism नहीं पाया जाता, but है, ऐसा नहीं है, हमेशा नहीं, but it is there in nereis. Nereis is dioecious in nature. You find male nereis and female nereis, but in earthworm it's hermaphrodite. So maximum annelidas are hermaphrodites. Okay, so you will be able to learn. इससे मुझे एक question याद आया. For people who are going to appear in their NEET exam, basic question ये बहुत I'm just going to take a little bit about, थोड़ा सा मैं बताती हूँ आपको. If I'm just taking the structure of earthworm, wherein I'm marking segments, okay, 6, 7, 8, like this, 5, 6, 7, 8. अभी फ़िलहाल आप ध्यान से देखो, and 9. एक क्वेश्चन जो था थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजिंग था नीट का, तो मैं थोड़ा आपके साथ डिस्कस करती हूँ. We have an organ that produces the sperm. Okay, it's like this. It's constructed like this inside the earthworm. So we start from 6th. हम बोलेंगे 6th, 7th. ये 7 है, ये 8 है, ये 9 है. तो जो spermatheca है, the organ responsible for forming sperm, it's present in the 6th. Okay, spermatheca is present in the 6th layer, 7th, 8th, 9th, I have not drawn the 9th one, ये रहा. Okay, तो क्वेश्चन आया था, where is the cloaca of spermatheca present? Cloaca means कहाँ से रिलीज होता है, तब क्या लिखोगे? Which are the segments from where the sperms are released? So they are talking about the cloaca, मतलब they are talking about the opening. So opening कहाँ पे? I'll take another color. This is the, okay. So opening is here. This is the part or opening, right? तो opening के लिए that's called as cloaca, right? Spermatheca का. So what will be the answer for this question? You will be writing 5/6, मतलब 5th चैम्बर और 6th चैम्बर के बीच के जो सेगमेंट है इस पे ओपनिंग है. देन नेक्स्ट वाला कौन सा है? 6/, यहाँ पे देखो 6/7. दिस ओपनिंग इज ऑन 6 सेगमेंट एंड 7 सेगमेंट का जो सेंट्रल लाइन पे ओपनिंग है. नेक्स्ट सेगमेंट कहाँ पे? 7/8 ओपनिंग. सो 8/9. Okay, so when you are talking about the spermatheca opening, that means cloaca, from where the sperm will be released, that will be 5/6. It will be because that is present on the 6th. अगर हम organ के बारे में बोलेंगे, spermatheca present कहाँ पे है? 6 में, right? लेकिन इसका opening कहाँ पे? 5 और 6 के segment पे. तो हमें we have to write like this: 5/6, 6/7, 7/8 and 8/9. This detail you can learn. So you should be knowing. This question comes to confuse children. So just for your knowledge, I've just discussed it, even though it is not there for you people in your 11th. But for NEET आपको ये और भी detailed earthworm के बारे में पढ़ना तो पड़ेगा. You have to have your extra books for this. I hope it's clear. I'll just try to explain it once again. You have the segmentation 6, 7, 8, 9. When you're talking about the opening is here at 5/6, right? लेकिन organ कहाँ पे है? 6 segment के अंदर. spermatheca जो organ है वो कहाँ पे? 6 segment में है. लेकिन opening कहाँ पे? opening 5th segment और 6th segment की ये जो division lining है उस पे है, right? So next opening कहाँ पे है? 6/7. So it's called as spermatheca cloaca opening, right? So next opening will be 7/8. But organ is present. So spermatheca is present in the 8th segment. लेकिन जो 8th का opening कहाँ पे? 7/8 जो area है वहाँ पे होगा. So this is common question. So please make sure. अब ये question आएगा तो you should all score marks in this. So I believe you can easily write note on Annelida, but before we end up this session, let us see why I called earthworm as soil doctors. Let's see.
They are considered to be the farmer's best friends. Let's find out why. The earthworms burrow beneath the ground, consuming the decomposing organic matter present in soil such as roots and leaves, sand grains and microorganisms. As whatever they have eaten passes through their digestive system, vital minerals and nutrients.
So when earthworm is eating the waste present in the soil, whatever waste is inside the elementary, it is added up with the nutrient from the earthworm's body and it is excreted out as a nutrient. So हमें जो soil मिलता है उसको हम बोलते हैं humus.
And when that matter comes out as excreta, it's rich in minerals, thus
We
enriching
call
the
that
soil.
as humus. And let me just tell you. अच्छा, earthworm की आदत होती है वो एक जगह तो टिकते नहीं है. They keep moving from one place to another. You can see there is pathway made. Because of this path, they makes the soil aerated. There is lot of chance oxygen का circulation बहुत easy हो जाता है. Roots of the plant, they are very happy because they get proper
The burrows that earthworms create act as
oxygens
ducts
and
that water and
respiratory
oxygen
gases
can
they
pass
need.
through, helping to keep soil moist and aerated. This is vital for good growth of plants, allowing roots to grow and develop. Worms tunnel deeply in the soil and bring subsoil closer to the surface, mixing it with.
Okay, this is something very important. जब वो सबसे नीचे की I'm really sorry, just a second. This is a small video regarding leech, how they use leech for sucking out impure blood, and leech has the habit of only taking impure blood. Okay, a long time back they're saying that they used to use leech, but then धीरे धीरे उसका authenticity गया क्योंकि लोगों को disease होता था, it could spread. But still, there are people who are carefully using leech on the skin for blood related problems. Not only blood related, many things, impurities in the blood are the main cause of all the disease, right? Even cholesterol भी बढ़ जाता है अगर आप extra blood, we can say the waste blood or impure blood is taken out, it decreases your cholesterol level. Especially the skin disease has been cured by leech therapy, so they put the leech on the skin where exactly you have the problem, and circulatory disorder, cardiovascular disorder, even some forms of cancers, they have been treated. Joint pains, arthritis, all healed by the leech. Now you must be thinking कि अगर हम leech को use करके infections के chances, yes, there are. This is a negative, we can say, part in this therapy, heredotherapy you call it. तो इसमें हो सकता है कि आपको इन्फेक्शन हो, लेकिन जो क्लिनिक में आप जाके लीच थेरेपी करवा रहे हो, इफ़ they are particular about using one leech, one patient. Some people they use a similar leech to maximum patient, then there is a chance of transferring of disease from one person to another person. So we have authenticated, or we can say nice clinic which has been certified for leech therapy. They only use one leech for one patient. So accordingly, then there is no chance of any contraction of disease through blood or in. Now there is another question, ये जो leech हम use कर रहे हैं, don't they get harmed or don't we get pain while we are putting leech on the skin? No. leech के जो blood में leech actually sticks on, जैसे ही वो stick करता है तब एक हल्का सा pinching feeling आता है, लेकिन after that what happens, leech के blood में, or we can say inside the saliva, not the blood, saliva, it has got property of painkiller. You have that anti-pain property, you call that as the word we say, it's not histamine, it's like they have the kind of special structural anti-structure, or which is responsible for killing the pain at that moment when it is injecting its suckers into the body. And even we can say the analgesic kind, and when this analgesic are being injected we don't feel any pain. But there is one more thing, hirudin, there is a kind of protein that does not allow the blood to be coagulated. हमारी बॉडी में एक क्वालिटी है कि जैसे ही चोट लगती है ब्लड कोagulation शुरू हो जाता है, मीन्स ब्लड फ्लो बंद हो जाता है, राइट? लेकिन लीच के सलाइवा में दैट पर्टिकुलर हिरुडिन इज देयर दैट्स रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर anti-coagulation. There is no coagulation happening when leech is sucking. And remember, leech is not going to suck good blood. It will be taking out impure and toxicity from your blood. So that's why nowadays also leech, or we can say heredotherapy, is in practice and very well used even for migraine and for injuries related with the skin. I remember one case. I'll just see if I get that for you people. I'm sorry, I'm not able to find that video. Actually what that video was all about, एक लड़का था, छोटा सा बच्चा, मे बी अराउंड 5 or 6 years old. उसका जो एक ईयर था डॉग ने बाइट ऑफ किया था, मतलब उसका पूरा ईयर निकाल दिया काट के. सो डॉक्टर्स रिकंस्ट्रक्टेड अ न्यू ईयर ऑन द boy, but there was some reaction happening, there was some kind of problem internally उस बच्चे को हो रहा था. तो फिर बाद में उन्होंने ट्राई किया लीच थेरेपी. उसका जो स्किन था पहले कैसा हो रहा था, ब्लैक हो रहा था, जो उसके कान का जो स्किन था वो ब्लैक हो रहा था. तो लीच को उन्होंने अटैच किया ऑन द स्किन. सो आफ्टर द सर्जरी जो एरिया ब्लैक हुए थे, मीन्स वॉट एवर द ईयर वॉज बीन स्टेन्ड, इट गॉट क्योर्ड बिकॉज वहाँ पे जो इम्प्योर ब्लड का कोगुलेशन हो रहा था that was purified, or we can say that was cleared, because leech has the habit of taking away the impurity from the body. So that's how we realized, it is long time back incident that has happened, that has brought leeches back into the modern science. Initially people forgot that leeches can be used, बहुत पहले वगैरह use होता था, but then they slowly forgot because allopathy was very strongly used. But now again leeches are being used in the worldwide medicine area for people who are not interested in having any medicine externally. तो ये क्या करता है, impure blood को remove करता है. So we call them as blood doctors, right? And they live outside the body, so हम इसे क्या बोलते हैं, ectoparasitic. I hope it's clear for today. Thank you very much.